छोड़ो नहीं जाता मेरा बोल इसकी ऐसे तो कैसी आ नहीं रही है। Good evening. Sorry, my last video was disconnected. I don't know why. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India on this day of August 23, 2020. मैं भारत से इंडिया से बोल रहा हूँ सूरज सिंह इंजीनियर आज 23 तारीख अगस्त 2020 and my subject today is for this damn small video and that is foam concrete. फोम कंक्रीट हल्के वजन की कंक्रीट से कहते हैं फोम और सेलुलर कंक्रीट फोम और सेलुलर कंक्रीट वी कॉल इट ये क्या है दैट्स व्हाट आई वांट टू टेल यू फोम और cellular concrete you can see this page foam or cellular concrete cellular means cells cells now history and background first I will discuss history and background इसका क्या इतिहास है थोड़ा जान लें पीछे क्या है इसके फोम कंक्रीट इज नॉट ए पर्टिकुलर न्यू मटेरियल कोई नया नहीं है भाई ये it's not particularly foam concrete is not particularly a new material its first patent and recorded use date back to early 1920 1920 से शुरू हो चुका है अकॉर्डिंग टू सैक एंड सर्फिक लिमिटेड स्केल प्रोडक्शन बिगेन इन 1923 से कुछ काम हुआ है इसमें and according to Arasteh 1988 in 1924 Linde described its production properties and applications. Application of foam concrete for construction works was not recognized until 1970. 1970 तक बस सो रहे थे पता नहीं था छोड़ो देखेंगे क्या है कोई जरूरत नहीं समझी होगी इसलिए आगे नहीं बढ़ाया 1970 means 50 years from now back when it began to be used in Netherlands for filling voids and for ground engineering applications. Significant improvements in production methods and quality of foaming agents over the last 15 years have led to increased production and broadening of range of applications. An extensive research program carried out in Holland helped promote foam concrete as a building material. फोम कंक्रीट नाम है फोम लिखा है उसको चिंता ना कीजिए दैट इज कॉपी किया हमने नाउ आई विल शो यू फर्स्ट एक्चुअली something in this if you go back side of this page that is from some producer from manufacturer of foam concrete and he has given this data also some equipment shown like this this is an equipment here you can say this is here and this is, you can see it enlarged it's like this it's like this and I'll take it undo and you can see also you can see it's like that like this it's that and we go back also this mold for blocks it's like that you can go back and also see this one here you can see that this machine and also you go back and also this one you can see that you can see it and this is what it is where is it going I don't know sorry I did a mistake should have like this it's like this and you can see this so it goes back and these are some parameters of this concrete we'll talk to you I'll talk to you and just trying to show you where I started actually I just now composed this page and this is here just a symbolic form of this and that's it so I go back to the same page where I was talking to you I don't know how many more minutes this Facebook shall give me chance. Now I think it's busy. It's Sunday today, so maybe it's busy time for people. No problem. Whatever I can talk to you, talk to you. Now I was I was saying yes. This one I have gone through, and you have this. Now forget this. Now we are here. Introduction is a cellular concrete or foam concrete was first developed in Stockholm, Sweden in early 1900 after Second World War. This technology 1900 is 1920, so it's early 19. This technology rapidly spread into different parts of world. जल्दी जल्दी पहुंचे सब लोग कह रहे हैं, and mostly in Europe and Soviet Union, now Russia. Now, foam concrete is a type of porous concrete. Porous means solid पूरी नहीं है, अंदर उसके खाली जगह है, छोटे छोटे पोर्स हैं, जिसमें से कह सकते हो पानी भी निकल सकता है, ऐसे पोर्स बता रहा हूँ. मिट्टी में भी होते, पूरा सॉलिड नहीं, हवा अंदर हो सकती. फोम कंक्रीट इज ए टाइप ऑफ पोरस कंक्रीट. हल्का सा खोखलापन, पोरस, ज़्यादा नहीं, स्पंज की तरह. इट कैन बी ट्रीटेड एज एरेटेड कंक्रीट. इसको हवा डाली हुई कंक्रीट भी कहते हैं. इट कैन बी ट्रीटेड एज एरेटेड कंक्रीट where foam bubbles are formed through open air mechanical stirring. उसको हिलाने से, लिक्विड को घुमाने से, किसी मशीन से, ड्रिल से, तो उसको एयर उसमें डाली जा सकती है. Now using concrete hand mixer, after that and obtained foam are mixed into water cement slurry to make lightweight cement concrete. Lightweight, हल्के वजन की concrete. Lightweight in a sense, it can be, ordinary concrete which we use. It is about 2,500 kilogram per cubic meter. Means 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, 2,500 kilogram ordinary concrete that we use for our columns, beams, slabs. But this is up to 1/5, maybe more than that. Means up to 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 and even less than 500. ये छत में you can use in roofing, not in structure but in roofing flooring for some purpose. Now basically foam concrete is a mixture of cement, fly ash. Cement, cement, what is cement? Fly ash, rock from plants, fly ash, and sand, water and foaming agent. वो एक केमिकल जिससे फोम बनाया जाए, दैट केमिकल इज प्रोड्यूसेस फोमिंग. झाग बनाता है, जो झाग जानते हैं उसे फोम कहते हैं. व्हेन फोमिंग एजेंट इज डाइल्यूटेड विद वाटर, डाइल्यूटेड मीन्स उस कंसंट्रेशन को कम करना, उसकी केमिकल शक्ति से कम करना, केमिकल पावर. व्हेन फोमिंग एजेंट इज डाइल्यूटेड विद वाटर एंड एयर, फर्दर इट इज मिक्सड इनटू सीमेंट स्लरी. पहले इसमें पानी डाल के इसको हल्का कर दीजिए, हवा डाल के, एंड देन सीमेंट उसमें ऐड की, सीमेंट स्लरी डालना है. बेसिकली फोम कंक्रीट इज ए मिक्सचर ऑफ सीमेंट, फ्लाई ऐश एंड सैंड, वाटर एंड फोमिंग एजेंट. When foaming agent is diluted with water and air, further it is mixed into cement slurry. Now water cement slurry sets around foam bubbles. Water cement slurry sets around foam bubbles, and this paste has sufficient strength to maintain its shape around foam bubbles. It enters 30 to 35% air by volume. 30 to 35% air by volume. एक तिहाई से भी ज़्यादा इंटू कॉन्क्रीट, इसमें हवा डाल दी. एज रिजल्ट ऑफ लो डेंसिटी फोम कॉन्क्रीट इज ऑब्टेन्ड. हल्की वजन की झाग वाली कॉन्क्रीट हमें मिल गई. नाउ हम ये क्यों कह रहे हैं हल्की वजन की झाग वाली? Because it insulates heat ट्रांसफ़र, जो गर्मी आएगी कमरे में, इट रिड्यूसेस दैट, उसको कम करती। वॉइस का भी फ़र्क पड़ सकता है, नॉइस का। इंसुलेशन मटेरियल इसको कह सकते हैं। इस इंसुलेशन मटेरियल एक तरह की आप कह सकते फोम होती है आपकी, ये वही एक चीज़ है। दूसरी ये कंस्ट्रक्शन फोम, दूसरी तरह की फोम, वैसी फोम नहीं, वो तो बहुत हल्की होती है। और पॉलीस्टायरिन आल्सो वेरी लाइट। पॉलीस्टायरिन इज थर्मोकोल, जिसको आप कहते हैं, वी कॉल इट पॉलीस्टायरिन, इंट्रूडेड पॉलीस्टायरिन एंड एक्सट्रूडेड पॉलीस्टायरिन, एंड दैट इज़ अबाउट 32 किलोग्राम पर क्यूबिक मीटर। देखा होगा आपने थर्मोकोल कितना हल्का होता है। वो भी दैट्स आल्सो यूज फॉर इंसुलेशन इन वॉल्स। हम नहीं यूज़ करते यहाँ पर होता है। मीन्स दो वॉल के बीच में डाला जाता है, दैट इज देयर इज वन वॉल, देयर इज अनदर वॉल, वन वॉल इज thicker, other wall is thinner, and we put this polystyrene in between two walls, and that stops heat to come in from outside to inside for purpose of keeping area cool and air conditioned one, so that load of air condition is reduced in that area. It's same thing, means it's different kind of, but it is stronger than that one. Now इट में आल्सो फ्लोट इनटू वाटर। पानी में भी इसको ऐसे बना के तैरा सकते हैं भाई। इट कैन बी कैटेगराइज्ड एज सेलुलर मटेरियल बिकॉज इट कंटेन्स हायर अमाउंट ऑफ पोर्स। इसको सेलुलर क्यों कह रहे हैं? इसके अंदर बहुत सारे छिद्र हैं अंदर, पूरे मास में एक जगह नहीं। इन कंप्लीट मास ऑफ कॉन्क्रीट विल फाइंड वेरी वेरी माइंड पिन होल्स यू कैन से, और व्हाटएवर यू कैन से, पोर्स हैं उसमें। तो इसलिए इसको सेलुलर का, सेल्स के अंदर सेल्स हैं उसके अंदर। नाउ फर्दर क्वालिटी ऑफ फोम कंक्रीट इज डिपेंडेंट अपॉन क्वालिटी एंड टाइप ऑफ फोम is used. Mostly no coarse aggregate is used in production of foam concrete or cellular concrete. इसमें कोई रोड़ी नहीं डालते। रोड़ी समझते हैं, कोर्स एग्रीगेट होता है रोड़ी, जैसे यू सी दिस सैंड वी यूज, और फाइन सैंड, और यमुना सैंड, रिवर सैंड, और वी से बदरपुर टाइप सैंड, और dust we use from quarry, that is called fine aggregate, and stone chips that we use in concrete, that is called coarse aggregate. As mostly no coarse aggregate is used in production of foam concrete or cellular concrete, correct term would be called mortar instead of concrete. Mortar मान लीजिए, concrete नहीं तो कोई बात नहीं, doesn't matter. मसाला कह रहे हैं, मसाला है ये, कोई बात नहीं, मसाला सही है। Now density, इसका जो वजन है, density of foam concrete generally varies from 800 to 1600 kilogram per meter according to production standards. It can be less also, but for purpose of requirement it is this much. So 800 is 1/3 of concrete and 1600 is 2/3 of normal concrete. Now generally, main advantage of foam concrete is it can be placed easily by pumping if necessary, and does not require any compaction, vibration or leveling. It can be called as highly workable concrete. There is, आपको कोई वाइब्रेटर नहीं लगाना है इसमें, पंप करके आराम से डाल सकते हैं, हल्के वक्त पाते हैं। जनरली मेन एडवांटेज, फ़ायदा जो इसका मेन एडवांटेज ऑफ फोम कंक्रीट इज इट कैन बी प्लेस्ड easily by pumping, and if necessary and does not require any compaction. कहीं दबाना नहीं है, कोई वाइब्रेटर नहीं लगाना है, बस फैलाना है। वाइब्रेशन और लेवलिंग, इट कैन बी कॉल्ड एज हाईली वर्केबल कंक्रीट। बहुत ऊंचे लेवल की काम करने वाली कंक्रीट इसको कहा गया है। इट इज़ एक्सेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस अगेंस्ट वाटर एंड फ्रॉस्ट एक्शन। पानी को भगाएगी, पानी इसका कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ सकता। इट इज़ एक्सेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस अगेंस्ट वाटर एंड फ्रॉस्ट एक्शन। अगर बर्फ़ भी पड़ेगी, ठंड भी पड़ेगी, तो इसका ज़्यादा नुकसान नहीं कर पाएगी। उसका रेजिस्टेंस है उसके पास काफ़ी, उसका विरोध कर, दिस इज एक्सेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस अगेंस्ट वाटर एंड फ्रॉस्ट एक्शन। नाउ मटेरियल यूज देखिए बाबा क्या है इसमें। अब देखिए यहाँ पर दिखाते हैं आपको। सीमेंट यूज होती है. सीमेंट इज ए बाइंडर, a substance used in construction that sets and hardens and bind other materials together. Most important type of cement are used as component in production of mortar in masonry and of concrete, which is a combination of cement and an aggregate to form a strong building material. Here, ordinary Portland cement (OPC) is preferred in making foam concrete. Physical properties of OPC used in this project are color, white color, not gray color. Density of cement is 1440 kg per meter. This is standard one. Specific surface area is 2250 centimeter square per kilogram. ये है बात देखने की, 2250 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर स्पेसिफिक एरिया ऑफ सीमेंट. ये एरिया मतलब सीमेंट का यूनिट जो है उसको फैलाया जाए. इफ यू स्प्रेड दैट ऑन सम सरफेस, दिस विल कवर दिस मच सरफेस. जितनी ज़्यादा होगी दैट्स फाइन, दैट्स बेटर. दिस इज प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ सीमेंट. एंड आई से देन टाइप OPC grade 53 we have in this country. Compressive strength is 53. Of course MPa means इतने लोड पे MPa पे ये कंप्रेस हो जाएगी. compressive strength we call it. OPC grade 53 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर आप कह सकते हैं. तो इतने पर ये क्रश हो जाएंगे क्यूब्स इसके. Caudal provision is, this is about cement I'm talking, OPC 53, not concrete. Caudal provision is IS 269/1981 and this okay. Chemical condition of cement. Now अब आप देखिए क्या है. Current uses over past 10 years or so. Foam concrete has been used on a large scale in United Kingdom for bulk filling, trench reinstatements, and a variety of other applications. Following is not an exhaustive list. अब कहाँ यूज़ कर रही है देखिए उन्होंने क्या कह रहे हैं. इंग्लैंड में, यूके में. बुल्क फिलिंग जहाँ भरत करनी है, बुल्क फिलिंग यूजिंग रिलेटिवली लो स्ट्रेंथ मटेरियल फॉर रिडंडेंट सीवरेज पाइप्स. उनको भरना है जो फालतू पड़े हैं, जरूरत नहीं. वेल्स भरे गए. डिसयूज्ड सेलर्स एंड बेसमेंट्स, स्टोरेज टैंक्स, टनल्स एंड सबवे जहाँ सब में इस्तेमाल हो रही है. हाईवे मीन्स देखिए बुल्क फिलिंग में हो रही है इस्तेमाल. यूजिंग रिलेटिवली लो स्ट्रेंथ मटेरियल फॉर रिडंडेंट सीवरेज पाइप्स, जो पाइप बेकार पड़े हैं. वेल्स, डिसयूज्ड सेलर्स, जिन सेलर्स का इस्तेमाल नहीं हुआ. एंड बेसमेंट्स, स्टोरेज टैंक्स, टनल्स एंड सबवे एटसेट्रा. हाईवे ट्रेंच रीइंस्टेटमेंट, हाईवे के जो ट्रेंच हैं उनको सही करें, जो अपनी पहले की जगह पे लाए. हाईवे ट्रेंच रीइंस्टेटमेंट. Although it should be noted that controlled low strength mortar is increasingly being used because it is easier to produce by ready-mix concrete producers. Infill to spandrel walls of arch bridges. Infill, वो जो ब्रिजेस की वॉल्स होती हैं, स्पैंडल वॉल्स, आर्च ब्रिजेस की, आर्च समझते होंगे आप. Backfill to retaining walls and bridges abutments. Stabilizing सॉइल स्टेबलाइजेशन, जहाँ कमज़ोर है मिट्टी उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना. स्टेबलाइजिंग सॉइल्स फॉर एग्जांपल इन कंस्ट्रक्शन एम्बैंकमेंट स्लोप्स, वेरियस इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेशंस एंड फॉर डोमेस्टिक हाउसिंग इंक्लूडिंग इंसुलेशन टू फाउंडेशन एंड रूफ टाइल्स. ब्लाइंडिंग लेयर में भी इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. कास्ट इन सिटू पाइल्स, फायर प्रोटेक्शन एंड high frequency sound insulation, and sandwich fill for precast units. Grouting for tunnel works. Actually ये नंबर यहाँ सही नहीं आया, मैं ठीक कर दूँगा. Yes, sandwich fill for precast units and grouting for tunnel works. Foam density and stability क्या है ये, इसका कितना वेट है इसके बारे में बता रहे हैं. फोम. नाउ properties of foam concrete are critically dependent upon quality of foam. जैसी आप फोम बनाएंगे वैसी ही आपको कंक्रीट मिलेगी. नेचुरल बात है, इट्स नेचुरल. मेजरमेंट्स ऑफ फोम density should be taken as a matter of routine because density can vary according to volume of surfactant solution in containment vessel and also with time of use storage. Furthermore, level of expansion of surfactant solution to foam varies according to type and details of equipment such as type of foaming gun and with valve settings controlling flow and feed pressure of surfactant air. Density of foam can be determined quite simply through weighing a known volume of foam. Density है कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. For example, using a glass measuring the cylinder. Foam stability can be quantified by measuring volume of foam which has collapsed into solution at regular intervals. Now, lightweight foam concrete density 200 kg per meter cube for roof insulation to reduce. ये वीडियो का है. If you want, you can see that. If I can open this video shall be destroyed. I'm not sure about this because this is a YouTube video. If you want to watch this, you can watch this. It's up to you. This document is you. Now I'm going back. Now I'm going back here. So it is now this foam which I showed to you before, and it's now okay. No, 20 minutes only. So it is the foam concrete. This is very old information from one company, Story Beton. Stroy Beton, INC. Now foam concrete definition and physical characteristics. Now this actually I have taken from some organization. Part 1 is foam concrete definition and physical characteristics. Foam concrete is a type of porous concrete. जैसे मैंने बताया पोर्स हैं उसमें खोखली अंदर हल्के हल्के पोर्स छोटे से छिद्र से कह सकते हैं आप. According to its features and uses, it is similar to aerated concrete. एयर हवा इसमें डाली गई है. इसके दूसरे नाम अदर नेम्स आर aerated concrete. Sorry. Aerated concrete, lightweight concrete, porous concrete. तीन नाम हो गए इसके. एरेटेड कंक्रीट हवा डाली हुई लाइट हल्की वजन की कंक्रीट और जिसमें छिद्र है. ये तीनों इसके नाम. अभी थोड़ा पढ़िए, मैं 1 मिनट में आता हूँ. Just I just go. You can read this meanwhile. If I can blow it up if you want. You can blow it later. Just a minute, be back. Please. Yes, I'm back. Foam concrete. Foam concrete is created by uniform distribution. Foam concrete is created by uniform distribution of air bubbles. Uniform distribution of air bubbles. Remember this. Understand this. Air bubbles that we are adding to that concrete, these air bubbles should be uniformly distributed. वो सारे में होने चाहिए. concrete के space में, ये नहीं कि कहीं है कहीं नहीं है, वो नहीं चलेगा. Formed concrete is created by uniform distribution of air bubbles throughout mass of concrete. Formed concrete is produced by mechanical mixing of foam. Mechanical mixing of foam prepared in advance with concrete mixture and not with help of chemical reaction. Chemical reaction नहीं चलेगा. It is only by concrete mixture. Formed concrete is produced by mechanical mixing of foam prepared in advance with concrete mixture and not with help of chemical reaction. Foam is prepared in a special device, foam generator, and after that mixing in a special mixer. For example, machine foam, spelling a little machine foam. Professor consists from special mixer and foam generator mounting together. Now here we will see here. Now here we look at main feature of foam concrete and shall compare it with other materials. Foam prof machines is name could produce professional machine, you can say, could produce foam concrete with different densities from 200 kilogram per meter cube to 1600 kilogram per cubic meter. I told you 200 kilogram is this old variable count. So from 200 kilogram to 1600 kilogram. So it is given there, but I'm not sure. At least you should say more than 500 is fine. More than 500 kilogram per cubic meter. So I think that's better. 200 kilogram is too light. You may say, as I told you, your polished iron is 32 kilogram per meter cube. So now density 300 to 500 kilogram per meter cube. 9 lifts are made with cement and foam only. Means this if you want below 500 to 300 or just like that 200 kilogram, you need this cement and foam. Means there is no sand in that case. Now imagine what type of concrete is this. It's like polystyrene only, just heavy polystyrene. Now foam concrete with this density is used in roof, chat. Roof means slab, not slab, flooring on slab. इस यहाँ मिट्टी भरते हैं in our country. They fill clay with some bhusa, and I'm talking of that. It's international specification. There's no clay filled on those roofs. Only in our country we call that mud fuska. I think that mud fuska only applies here, not all over the world. So foam concrete with this density is used in roof and floor as insulation against heat. Insulation against heat. गर्मी को नहीं आने देना. You don't allow thermal heat to come to your cover, below cover, I mean to say room, and is applied on rigid floors. That is, in itself is not a structural material. ये स्ट्रक्चरल मटेरियल नहीं हो, ये कह रहे हैं रिजिड फ्लोर पे अप्लाई होती है, पक्का फ्लोर हो जाएगा इससे. इट्स यूज्ड, इट्स इंटरस्पेस फिलिंग बिटवीन ब्रिक लीव्स. ये जो ब्रिक जो चिनाई करते हैं ईंटों से, उनके भरने के लिए भी उसके बीच में होती है. इन अंडरग्राउंड वॉल्स insulation in hollow blocks and any other filling situation where high insulating properties are necessary or required. Now density 600 to 9, this was about 300 to 500. इन्होंने this gave 300 to 500. अब देखिए 300 to 500 किलोग्राम पर मीटर क्यूब. डेंसिटी बहुत हल्की. चलो माना इफ़ यू कैन डू दिस, जो मिट्टी आप भरते हैं वो बहुत हैवी होती है. That's about 1800 to 2000 kilogram per meter cube. In that case, this is very light. Now, foam concrete, now 300, the density 600 to 900. This was 300 to 500. And now another one is about double. That is made with sand, cement, and foam. Sand is there, cement is there. Sand, there was no sand in that. That was without sand. Now this is where used for manufacture of precast blocks. जो हम ब्लॉक्स बनाते हैं, प्रीकास्ट ब्लॉक्स चिनाई के लिए, दैट कैन बी यूज देयर. एंड पैनल्स, प्रीकास्ट पैनल्स में यूज हो सकते हैं. और कर्टेन्स एंड पार्टीशन वॉल्स For false ceilings, thermal insulation and soundproof screed in multi-level residential and commercial buildings. स्क्रीड के मीन्स फ्लोर स्क्रीड जो आपके लेंटर के कंक्रीट के ऊपर आप डालते हैं फ्लोर के नीचे, दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट. फोम कंक्रीट ऑफ दिस डेंसिटी रेंज इज आल्सो आइडियल फॉर बुल्क फिल एप्लीकेशन. भराई भी कर सकते हैं. सो एक तो आपकी ये 300-500 वाली है, उसके यूज अलग लिखे हैं रूफ एंड फ्लोर में डाल यूज एंड फ्लोर and for insulation and for interspaces like that. And this is for this precast blocks, panels and wall slabs, thermal insulation like that. Now come to another one, 1000 to 1200 kilogram, third class. And another one, 1000 to 1200 kilogram. So means this is about nearly 40% to 50% of ordinary concrete. And therefore there is sand and cement and foam. All are there. This material is used in concrete blocks and panels for outer leaves of building. Panels for outer leaves of building, the panels which are going fixed outside. Architectural ornamentation in buildings, architectural ornaments as well as partition walls, concrete slabs for roofing and floor screed. Now another one is now 1200-600. This is made with sand, cement and foam. So this was 1000 to 200. This now 1600 meter kilogram per meter cube. This is about, we are reaching half to more than half of ordinary concrete. So sand, cement and foam are there. Now this material is used in precast panels of whatever dimension for commercial and industrial use, garden ornaments and other uses where structural concrete or lightweight is an advantage. This is using garden ornaments, park mein, garden mein, industrial use and structural concrete of lightweight is advantage. So material is used in precast panels of dimensions for commercial and industrial use, garden ornaments and other uses where structural concrete of high lightweight is. Now features. अब देखिए कितनी क्लास बताई हैं उसने. See, one is this one is 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So this is how many classes you can say. One is this 3 to 5, then 6 to 9, then 1 further 12, and then 12 to 64 classes are here now. Now see, there's a table. Main features and characteristics of form concrete. Type of form concrete. Sort of form concrete according to the average density. Non-autoclave form concrete, and 28 days compressive strength is there and thermal conductivity is there. Now what actually it is, this is about, one is heat insulation, heat insulated, otherwise is constructional heat insulated, third one is constructional. So the 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 1000 you can use a sort of form concrete according to average density. Density है 400, 400, 406, 7, 8, 9. Means these are given properties. If you want, you can produce like that. Now this is information of non-autoclave form concrete. Autoclave and non-autoclave, I think you know or don't know, I don't know, but autoclaving means where you allow steam curing, that's called autoclaving, but there is no need, so non-autoclavic form concrete. On 28 days, we always check compressive strength of concrete on 7 days and 28 days of ordinary concrete. On 7 days, it's temporary result, while on 28 days, it's called permanent result. We test that in compression machine. So that's why compression strength MPa. And there is thermal conductivity, how much heat shall pass through this concrete. And that's watts per meter Kelvin, and this is MPa, means it is also another unit, and megapascals this is called. Now this is say on 28th day, if it is D400, this is 1 MPa. 1 MPa ordinary concrete that you use in your houses, this is about M20 or M25. Previously we used to about M15, so this is M1. Its thermal conductivity, how much heat shall pass through this, is 0.1 watt per Kelvin. So it's not very high. Now, if you take another case of V500, here his strength has increased to 1.4. This is 40% more than that, 1.4 here, because here is about 20%, 25% more, so here is 40% more, and here it has increased as well. Means denser concrete will increase thermal conductivity, but its only maximum here 1200 is 0.38. So D600 is 3.5 MPa and 0.14 W plus MK, W per MK, and 700 is 5 MPa and 0.14 W per meter K, and this 800 is 7 here and 0.21 there. 1000 is 10 here, 10 MPa and 0.24 W per MK, and this 1100 is 14 and 17, and 1200 is 17, and this is 0.38. So here half approximately of ordinary concrete is 17, where there it is only 15 or 20, only that is difference. Now you can see this again. This table is important from technical viewpoint. This table, if you understand, again I am telling you, these are designations of densities. These are 28 days compressive strength of this material, and this thermal conductivity of W watt per K Kelvin. This is now we go up. Effects of foam concrete density. Effects of foam concrete density: cement type and content, water cement ratio, foam type and curing type will influence compressive strength. We know that in concrete, water cement ratio should be 0.3 to 0.4, and what is type of cement and what is content of that. You understand, generally white cement is used in this case. Effect of foam concrete ratio of foam type of curing is I must सकता. Now water absorption, कितना पानी पिएगी, that's what we have to understand. How much water it drinks, it takes in. That's the point here to understand, this important one. And let's see how it talks. Now trials undertaken have shown that closed cell bubble structure produced green froth protein forming agent, creating a foam concrete with very low water absorption. बहुत कम पानी लेगी, बहुत too less. That's better. Higher air content, higher water absorption figure. With a higher air content is higher water absorption figure. With a fully submerged sample of a mid density, it is 770 kg per meter cube foam concrete absorbing just 13%. In 770 kg will absorb just 13% of water by weight over 10 days period. 10 दिन में इतना पानी ले. A dense concrete block submerged for same time absorbed over 50% of water by say. This means 50% वो concrete रहेगी 10 दिन में, और ये कितना रहेगी 13%. This means it's about one fourth. It takes in 10 days 25% absorption in comparison to ordinary concrete. Fire resistance. आग का क्या हाल है, फायर क्या कहेगी, इसको कैसे बात करेगी, हाउ शैल इट टॉक टू फायर. नाउ फोम कंक्रीट इज एक्सट्रीमली फायर रेजिस्टेंट. अच्छा विरोध करती है फायर का ये. फोम कंक्रीट इज एक्सट्रीमली फायर रेजिस्टेंट एंड वेल सूटेड टू एप्लीकेशंस वेयर फायर इज एट रिस्क. जहाँ आग का जहाँ तंग हो, डर हो, वहाँ इसको लगाए तो इट्स बेटर फॉर, it's in interest of that building. Our tests have shown that in addition to prolonged fire protection, application of intense heat such as high energy flame held close to surface does not cause concrete to spall or explode as is case with normal dense weight. इसका मतलब यह है, जैसे टेस्ट करके देखा गया है कि जितना लंबा भी फायर हो, जितनी prolonged fire protection, application of जितनी भी गर्मी उसको लगेगी, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एनर्जी फ्लेम की आएगी, इसकी आँच की आएगी, तो सरफेस पे आएगी. ये स्पाल नहीं करेगी, ये एक्सप्लोड नहीं होगी जैसे कि दूसरे भारी वाली कंक्रीट एक्सप्लोड हो जाती है, हट जाती है, टूट जाती है. नाउ पार्ट टू फॉर्म कंक्रीट एडवांटेज। इसके व्हाट बेनिफिट्स क्या हैं, इसके एडवांटेज क्या है। फर्स्ट एडवांटेज रिलायबिलिटी। Reliability is very important property in engineering. Reliability means it can be relied very well. This means reliability equal to safety plus service ability plus durability. This is we call in modern language that something is safe and something can be used for service and it works long for long duration. That's called reliability. So form concrete is an almost ageless एंड एवर लास्टिंग मटेरियल की भी बहुत उम्र है इसकी। फॉर्म कंक्रीट ऑलमोस्ट एजलेस एंड एवर लास्टिंग मटेरियल, नॉट सब्जेक्ट टू इम्पैक्ट ऑफ टाइम। वक्त की मार इसको नहीं पड़ती, समझ ली अपनी भाषा में। इम्पैक्ट ऑफ टाइम, नॉट सब्जेक्ट टू इम्पैक्ट ऑफ टाइम। इट डज नॉट डिकम्पोज एंड इज एज ड्यूरेबल एज रॉक। जितनी उम्र पहाड़ की होती है, चट्टान की होती है, उतनी उम्र इसकी हो सकती है। High compression resistance allows to use product with lower volumetric weight while construction which increases temperature lag of wall. So ये इसकी शक्ति है, हाई कंप्रेशन रेजिस्टेंस देती है, उतना नहीं देती जितनी कंक्रीट। अलाउस टू यूज प्रोडक्ट विद लोअर वॉल्यूमेट्रिक वेट। इसका वजन हल्का है और ज़्यादा दबाव सहती है। and which increases temperature lag of walls. Now second advantage वार्म आप जानते हैं क्या होता है, आराम, वार्म थोड़ा आराम। हाई टेम्परेचर की वजह से, ड्यू टू हाई टेम्परेचर लैग, बिल्डिंग्स कंस्ट्रक्टेड फ्रॉम ड्यू टू हाई टेम्परेचर लैग मीन्स जहाँ गर्मी है, ऊंची 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 गर्मी है, जहाँ हाई टेम्परेचर तापमान ज़्यादा है। Buildings constructed from farm concrete are able to accumulate heat, which allows to minimize heating expense by 20 to 30%. Means आपका heating expense 20 से 30% रिडक्शन आएगा, कम आएगा। जहाँ ठंड है तो आपको गर्म करना पड़ेगा ना कमरा। That's what they are talking. Wherever there is cold like London and like France and you have to heat your room, so there is 25% on average you can say saving. Third advantage is microclimate. Now, foam concrete prevents loss of heat in winter. ये गर्मी को बाहर नहीं जाने देगी सर्दी में। इस ह्यूमिडिटी प्रूफ, इससे पानी की बूंद नहीं आएंगी, आपको मॉइस्चर नहीं आएगा। अलाउज टू हैव वेरी हाई टेम्परेचर इन समर, तो गर्मी में ज़्यादा गर्मी भी नहीं लगेगी। एंड कंट्रोल्स एयर ह्यूमिडिटी रूम, और ह्यूमिडिटी भी आपके कमरे में इतनी नहीं आएगी बाय अब्जॉर्बिंग एंड कंट्रोल। सो ये उसको अपने अंदर भी ले सकती है, thus helping create a favorable microclimate in a wooden house. आगे now fourth advantage, quickness of mounting, लगाना बैठाना। now small density and therefore lightness of form concrete। इसका वजन कम है तो इसलिए हल्की है, सीधी बात। लार्ज साइजेस ऑफ ब्लॉक्स कंपेयर विद ब्रिक के वेट से हल्के ब्लॉक्स बन के अलाउ टू इंक्रीज स्पीड ऑफ लेइंग, जल्दी लगा सकते हैं मेसन बाय सेवरल टाइम्स। फॉर्म कंक्रीट इज इजी टू प्रोसेस एंड ट्रिम, टू कट चैनल्स एंड होल्स फॉर इलेक्ट्रिकल वायरिंग, सॉकेट्स एंड पाइप्स। फिटिंग्स आपको अगर लगानी है, पानी प्लास्टिक के पाइप लगाने हैं, बिजली के तार लगाने हैं। Simplicity of laying is reached through high exactness of linear dimensions, tolerances plus minus 1 mm. Now, fifth advantage, acoustics insulation, आवाज़ ज़्यादा ना आए। Form concrete has a relatively high property of acoustical absorption, आपके शोर को भी पी लेगी। In buildings constructed of porous concrete, acting requirements for acoustic insulations are met. Now sixth advantage, ecological compatibility। इकोलॉजिकल आप जानते हैं इकोलॉजी क्या होती है। ड्यूरिंग मेंटेनेंस फोम कंक्रीट डज नॉट प्रोड्यूस टॉक्सिक सब्सटेंस, जहरीले पदार्थ नहीं देती है। एंड इट इज इकोलॉजिकली कंपैटिबल इन सेकंड ओनली टू वुड, लकड़ी के बाद इसका नंबर है। कंपेयर कोफिशिएंट ऑफ इकोलॉजिकल कंपैटिबिलिटी ऑफ पोरस कंक्रीट इज 2, ऑफ वुड इज 1। सो इकोलॉजिकल कंपेरेबिलिटी पोरस कंक्रीट 2 है और वुड का 1 है, बस थोड़ा फर्क है। और ब्रिक 10 देखिए, it is 2, you are in ecological terms is giving porous concrete is 2, wood is 1, brick is 10. आप देख लीजिए, अब आप 10 से नंबर ब्रिक आ रही है, पहले तो फर्स्ट नंबर इज वुड, बट वुड इज नॉट अवेलेबल, सो वी कांट सपोर्ट वुड, बट concrete porous concrete can be made, so it's 2, and brick is 10 of carom type blocks. So you know what value you are all using brick, and that's you're destroying your all facilities, all advantages that you can get. Now 7th and advantage, appearance कैसी लगेगी देखने में, जिसमें आप लोग बहुत दीवाने हैं, you're all architecturally oriented, aesthetically oriented, decorative oriented. So due to high workability, अच्छी तरह से इसको लगाया जा सकता है आराम से. इट्स पॉसिबल टू प्रोड्यूस वेरियस शेप्स ऑफ कॉर्नर्स, मोल्ड कर सकते हैं या मोल्डिंग कर सकते. कॉन्क्रीट है, कॉर्नर भी किसी भी शेप में ले सकते हैं, कैन टेक कॉर्नर्स इन एनी शेप, आर्चेस बना सकते हैं, इसकी पिरामिड्स बना सकते हैं, विच विल अटैच ब्यूटी एंड आर्किटेक्चरल एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ योर होम. This is different. 8th advantage is economy अर्थ इसके खर्चा. high geometrical exactness, high geometrical exactness of dimensions of concrete produce allows to lay blocks on glue to avoid frost bridges in a wall and to make inner outer plaster thinner. Foam concrete weighs from 10% to 87% less than standard heavy concrete. 10 to 87% weight इसमें adjust कर सकते हैं. Sufficient reduction of weight leads to sufficient economy in basement. Now, I'm just trying to tell you what this material is, how economical it is. Economical in sense of engineering terms, not in sense of money. In engineering terms and its use terms. So this is 9th advantage, fire safety, which is also very, very important. Fire you cannot control, nobody can control, we are not ready for that fighting. Voice says, found concrete produce product from fire spread and correspond to first degree of refractoriness, which is proved by tests. Refractoriness, you know what is refractory? Fire refractory material, chikne mitti, clay is refractory material. Refractory material means that material which can digest, which can take, which can accept high temperatures. That is called refractory material. So it's a kind of that. Tests have proved, says that foam concrete product from fire spread से बचाती, आग से बचाती है, corresponds to first degree of refractoriness, सबसे ऊंची फायर ले सकती है. Thus it can be used in fireproof construction. Fireproof को गलत लिखा है, खैर इसमें fire resistant होता है. Anyway, no problem. I'm just discussing with you. It can be used as fire resistant construction under impact of intensive heat. Under impact of intensive heat, ज़्यादा गर्मी जहाँ है, like blow lamp on surface of foam concrete, it does not split or blow, ना फटती है ना घटती है, as it happens with heavy concrete. As a result, परिणाम क्या होता है? Armature is longer protected from heating. Tests show that foam concrete 150 mm wide can protect fire for 4 hours. 150 mm wide concrete can protect from fire for 4 hours. 4 hours means maximum we consider 2 or 3 hours, but it gives you protection or resistance against fires for 4 hours. 4 घंटे तक ये आपके जिस मेटल में लगी है, वॉल में लगी है या उसमें स्ट्रक्चर में नहीं लगती, भूल जाइए उसको. 4 घंटे तक ये उस पार्टीशन वॉल को, उस दीवार को, उस फर्श को, फ्लोर को संभाले रखेगी. स्ट्रक्चर को आप संभालिए, उसको आप डिज़ाइन करके अच्छा बनाइए. Now during tests carried out in Australia, an outer side of a foam concrete panel 150 mm wide was exposed to temperature up to 1200 degree centigrade. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में टेस्ट में 1200 डिग्री पर रखा गया और टेस्ट किया गया 150 mm wide exposed to temperature 1200. Now 10th advantage, transportation. 10th advantage is transportation because it is light. कैसे एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ले जाए. A favorable combination of weight, volume and packaging makes all building constructions convenient for transportation and allow to use motors or railway transport. Well, it's common. Now, 11th advantage, range of uses. Thermal and acoustic insulation of roofs, छत के ऊपर ज़्यादा गर्मी ना आए, ज़्यादा आवाज़ भी ना आए, कम आए. Roof, floors, warming of pipes, production of collapsible blocks, yeah, you can say here. Thermal and acoustic insulation of roof, floors, warming of pipes, production of collapsible blocks and panels of partitions in buildings, as well as floors and basements form concrete of higher density. Now part 3, form concrete in comparison with other materials. अब थोड़ा इसका मुकाबला देखेंगे दूसरों से, how to talk to them. When comparing foam concrete with other materials, one must keep in mind that it is ecologically clean. वातावरण के लिए साफ है और ब्रेथ करती है, सांस लेती है, आग नहीं लेती है, जलती नहीं है, सांस लेती है, बिकॉज इट हैज़ पोर्स. इसकी सांस लेने की शक्ति, इकोलॉजिकली साफ, easy to produce in steady state conditions as well as on a construction site. आराम से बनाए, it can be manufactured, it can be made easily on construction site. इसको फैक्ट्री से बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप वहाँ according to your use you can mix it and lay it. Means easy to produce site means comes at least on roof you can do for yourself, or floors you can do yourself. You don't need some specialty. Once you know how to mix it, you can, your people, your professional workers can do it. And it's produced from components available in any region, means it should be available. Cement is available everywhere, agent is available everywhere, sand is available everywhere, water is available everywhere. What actually want? Then its prime cost is low, महंगी नहीं है, low. Now थोड़ा आगे है. Now this is a table here in which thermal conductivity of foam concrete is compared with that of other materials. Again, one must keep in mind that foam concrete blocks can be laid on glue, which reduces frost bridges and correspondingly loss of heat. इसकी थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी फोम कंक्रीट की कंपेयर की गई यहाँ पर दूसरे मटेरियल से, और वो हम देखना चाहते हैं कि ये मटेरियल है, यहाँ डेंसिटी है वेट, और दिस इज थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी. समझ गए? दिस इज मटेरियल, दिस इज डेंसिटी किलोग्राम पर मीटर क्यूब, एंड दिस इज थर्मल कंडक्टिव वाट पर मीटर. हम मार्बल 2700 kilogram per meter cube, more than concrete weight, right? We all use that in floors. Thermal conductivity is 2.9, means watt per, okay, this is high. उसकी कितनी पॉइंट्स में थी, उसकी हमने जो देखी पॉइंट्स में थी बहुत, इट वाज इन पॉइंट्स. नाउ कंक्रीट इज 2400 and 1.3, मार्बल से करीब आधे से कम, लेस देन हाफ if you compare to marble. So you can say marble shall give you more heat, and if you walk on a stone of marble floor, you cannot walk naked or barefoot. You need some shoe or some socks or some chappals or something like that. You cannot walk in heat. You try yourself. Concrete is also less than half, so you can walk on concrete with barefoot. You will not feel that much heat. Weight is not much different, just 2400, 2700, so almost heavy. Now clay brick, चिकनी मिट्टी जो हमारी उसके पोर्स, जैसे 2000 और ईंटें आपने लगाते हैं ब्रिक्स, और उसकी देखिए कंडक्टिविटी कम है क्योंकि वो रिफ्रैक्टरी मटेरियल से बनती है. यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? क्ले ब्रिक, क्ले चिकनी मिट्टी, क्ले, it takes more temperature, that's why its conductivity is less. It can stop temperature, that's use of this. And concrete can stop more, means clay second, first concrete, and marble is top, concrete number 2, and brick is number 3. Now foam concrete, foam concrete is 0.38 when it is 1200. Weight is half, 1200, and 0.38 means much reduced. Heat will not come. Then another one, 1000 case further down. Then foam concrete 800 further down. Foam concrete 600 another down. And foam concrete 400 more down, more down. And then cork is 100, weight is light, but it's also means, but cork is not that much, it's only for machines or somewhere foundations we use that. Silicate cotton 100 and much down. And then foamed polystyrene, as I was talking to you, it is also same, much light 25. Here I told you 32, it's down. Also foamed polystyrene is 35, it's 0.002. So you can say 0.002, 0.03, and this is 0.1 here, 0.14 here, 0.18 here, 0.23 here, so 0.22, 0.23 like this. So its heat transfer is same as polystyrene. Now, what are equipments for foam concrete production? That's important point. I have shown you this already. Let me just blow it down so that you can see it correctly. And this is here. You can see this equipment. Let me blow more. I cannot read myself. Yeah, that's okay. Now, being obvious leader in Russian market, of equipment for foam concrete production, this company not only produce already known equipment and chemicals developed by our plant, but also invest in certain amount of money in development of new equipment, technologies, and mixtures. Scroll down. Temperature varying. All right. We not only produce already known equipment and chemicals developed by our plant, but also invest a certain amount of money in development of new equipment, technologies, and mixtures of foam concrete production. Our customer get up to date, reliable. Well, this is commercial. Leave it. Types of equipment. Now, this is one as I showed to you, blown up before I believe it up. Types of equipment for concrete production. Now, mobile plant. This is without foam generator. There is no generator with this plant. Sunny 0.14, operating according to principles of Barrow technology. These plants produce foam concrete without foam generator. No need of generator for this one. And output is 20 and 40 cubic meter of foam concrete per day respectively. 20 and 40. It's not small for small building. It may be small for other one. Advantages of these plants are cheapness and simplicity of foam concrete production. ये पुराना anyway, no problem, but it's going to be used. Now disadvantage क्या है? बुराई क्या है? Disadvantages are increased expense of foam generator, means you have to bring foam generator. Comparatively little productivity and less firmness of produced foam concrete in comparing equivalent basis of foam generators. Now this another one. You see, now plant foam pro are created on basis of analog of German foam generators. Plants are assembled as an indivisible complex and produce up to 140 cubic meter of foam concrete per day. Advantages of these plants are high output, low expense of foam generator, easy installation into technological lines of production. Besides, for first time, these plants are highly automated as they produce foam concrete of necessary density by pressing single button. Disadvantage is higher price in comparison to mobile plants. Now, despite type of plant, it produces foam concrete. Now, if work is to be filled with this concrete at construction, there is nothing necessary but one of these plants and compressor for it. That's it. Now, when producing foam concrete blocks, forms for blocks are to be filled with outputting foam concrete. Now, there are three ways of blocks producing. These are number one, filling into cassette metal forms. ये form आपने देखें. Filling into cassette metal forms. Filled foam concrete hardens during 10 hours. It takes 10 hours to harden after filling your concrete into these spaces or molds. Then a form is disassembled. We remove this form, means you have to remove, and finished blocks are taken out. You take out finished blocks after opening these form sides. One form can be used twice per day. So you can say twice per day because it takes 10 hours to 2 hours. Now respectively, if production is 20 cubic meter of formed concrete per day, it's necessary to have 10 forms and to work in 2 shifts. Now, well, that's something else. We manufacture highly accurate forms with a size error not more than 1 millimeter. So they are just telling their own. Now, lesser cutting and milling are used. Lesser cutting and milling are used when producing a form. Forms are universal, that is, one form is for producing both partition blocks 100 mm thick and wall blocks 200 mm thick. A type of forms are 500 into 300 into 100 or 200, 600, 300. So this is that one. As volume of production is up to 40 cubic meter of blocks per day, form filling technology is more financially efficient. Advantages: comparatively little financing and simplicity of production. And disadvantages: difficulties in producing great volumes of attachment to tight sizes. Now, number two is cutting form concrete array at cutting plants. This is a machine for that. Firstly, form concrete is filled into forms. Forms with partitions, deep partitions where there is a great massive. Approximately in 8 hours, a great massive is fed to cut where strings saw of blocks of 8. This method is highly labor and initial expenses consuming. While nowadays there are normal plants for cutting cellular concrete, it hasn't succeeded to create good cutting plants for foam concrete. Now this number 3. Pouring form concrete into special forms and their further automatic false work removing. How to do that? First form concrete is poured into special forms with partitions, where after forming concrete becomes ready blocks. Approximately 14 hours forms are fed into plants for automatic false work removing, where blocks are pushed to pallet while forms are lubricated. Now this method is simple and productive. Great disadvantage is attachment to one type size of produced blocks. A plant of automatic work removing is impossible to be readjusted for producing blocks of other type size. Now chemical for producing form work. What's chemical is there? For producing form chemical, there is necessary a foam generator, a hardening accelerator for producing form concrete under temperature less than 15 degrees Celsius and plus 30, and form lubricant. All these chemicals may be bought from our company. Okay, leave that. Necessary area of production. Necessary area is pure to depend on plant volume of production. Necessary area is sure to depend on plant volume of production. If form concrete blocks are to be produced whole year round, production of 10 cubic meter of foam concrete demands about 150 square meter. If foam concrete is to be produced only in summer time, sand and ready products may be kept outside, so it's better if you do in summer. No winter, so necessary areas decrease up to by 80 square meter. Means 150 goes down to 80, means about half. When designing big factories, we develop preliminary schemes of placing equipment in ready buildings or new buildings. Now, expenses of materials for producing 1 cubic meter. So quantity of material depends on produced density. Form concrete density is marked with a figure being equal to weight of 1 cubic meter. Most spread the densities are 800 and 600. Here are figures of expenses for them. And material expenses for other densities are shown in operating manual. Leave it now. Now these are, you can say, these are there is 800, 600 densities. Cement is 400 kg, and in this 300 kg. Sand here 330 kg, in this 250 kg. Foam agent in this 1.12 liter, in this 1.16 liter. So in lesser density you need some higher foam and lesser sand and lesser cement. Now form concrete specifications. What are specifications? These are specifications. The type of foam concrete: thermal conductive, construction and thermal conductive, constructional. So as I told you before, I discussed with you that 400, 500, 600 is the density. If you take this density here, we talk like this. And density class, their class means 400 is B075, 500 is B1, this is their class, 600, there are classes of this. No worry for this. 12 is 12, 5, 11 is the frost resistance, not standardized. In this one, not standardized. In 500, we are not standardized. In 600, F from F15 to F35, 5 frost resistance. In 700 is same, 15 to 30, 15. In 800, 50 to 75. So this thermal conductivity, that's important, as we discussed before. This is conductivity, and this is steam penetrability. Two items are there. Thermal conductivity, kitni heat lega. Thermal conductivity here is 5 to 9, as we said, meter volume. Thermal conductivity, yes, what meter Celsius. If you see construction thermal conductivity for these one all is given here, coefficients, and steam permeability is also given. Steam 0.11 milligram per meter hour. This is steam penetrability, कितनी steam निकलेगी इसमें से, ये उसका है. Means just information for your information. This is not for your use. Means you cannot go through that. You have to read yourself and see this, because in decimals here, not even full. So very small milligrams. Now how to order heavy equipment? Leave that. This their foam agents foam agents are designed for foam concrete production, so they provide products of very high quality. This another Arcom is agent. Arcom 4 is agent. Protein developed for operations of plant, and this is also here. Foam agri Arcom 4. Action stabilizing uses Arcom 4. So if you see this, foam is made with foam agent Arcom 4. Arcom 4 is material, and they manufacture foam process of air and water in specially developed foam generator. Name is foam PGM. That generator is foam PGM. This foam is added into main cement mixture during mixing process in a mixture of mixing concrete, mortar mixing machine, and reduced to condition of homogeneous dispersion. Stabilizing components containing in aerofoam 4 provide keeping pores of foam concrete for whole period of its processing. Provide keeping pores in foam concrete for whole period of its processing. Volume and structure of pores remains same. Volume of concrete is stable until pumping, compression, or laying change foam concrete. Uses air foam, and this is uses. What is this uses? Uses is air foam is used for foam concrete production of normal and light fillers. Depending on main formula, it's possible to produce concrete and mixture of density from 200 kg per cubic meter to 2000 kg per cubic meter. So means 200 to 2000, and density less than 800 kg per cubic meter requires special composition products and uses. Now doses, what doses it is? Doses from generating and entering of foam agent is performed automatically by foam generator. Means it's automatic, it will decide itself what dose it requires. This generator is foam PGM. Expense of air Arcom 4 depends on adjustment of foam agents, and it's approximately from 150 to 350 gram for 100 liters of foam. 150 to 350 gram of doses. This is this one, the agent. 100 liters of foam means you need 150 grams to 150 grams. In this case, weight of foam is approximately 7 to 9 kg per 100 liters when produced by foam generator from PGM. Now, foam agent is provided as a concentrate, and for producing foam, the species of 2.5 to 5% water solution depends on water hardness. Size of foam bubble is 0.01 to 0.2 millimeter. You can say bubble size is this 0.01 is very small bubble, and 0.2 mm is also very small. In microns 10 to 20, so you will find means not very big bubbles in that, small bubbles. The stability is 4.5 to 2 hours depending on temperature. Necessary amount of foam depends on required density of construction, mixer or concrete. And according to the composition of concrete, it is dependent. It defines necessary voids content on which required density is based on. According to the productivity of foam agency operational manual, it is defined freer of foam generating. Firmness accelerator for foam concrete acetylene 12. This is firmness accelerator in liquid state. Acetylene 12 is something foam concrete acetylene 12. Acetylene 12 is a liquid firmness accelerator for work with concrete under reduced or raised temperature. It's harmless for workers. It's not inflammable, non-toxic and non-explosive. Due to its liquid state, reaction with concrete is better than after using powder accelerators. And that improves result in approximately 30%. Now what is description? Acetylene 12 is dark liquid like paste. It's recommended for using under temperature lower than plus 10 degrees and higher than plus 25. Lower than 10 and higher than 25. So in between is not recommended. It's added into mixture during mixing. It reduces the cycle of concrete works when filling into forms or false work. And 1.5 to 2 times means it reduces cycle of concrete works when filling into forms of false work in 1.5 to 2 times. Now what are uses of this? When producing form concrete for accelerated forming and more complete reaction for a short period of time, that provides a great decrease of shrinkage. When producing any concrete or form concrete under low less than plus 10 degrees Celsius temperature, it is especially indispensable after filling form concrete at daytime. If at night temperature may be below 0 degrees Celsius, it helps to endure temporal temperature decrease up to minus 10 degrees Celsius without spoiling quality of form concrete. Now, when when you know when producing form concrete under high or more than 25 degrees Celsius temperature, it assists the cement to react before evaporating water from a mixture that decreases porosity possibility of cracking. It improves workability of concrete and decreases water separation. Standard expenses. Percentage of cement mass in mixture, for example, 600 kg of cement are used for 1 cubic meter of mixture, and the standard is 0.5%. It is necessary to add 3 kg of acetylene 12. It provides a quicker forming and possibilities to work under low temperature up to minus 3 degrees Celsius. Packaging is 150 kg, accelerators 35, lubricating mixture for forms, compel. This is that too. Then says compel mixture is a compel forms mixture, lubricating mixture for forms compel. Lubricating mixture it is, remember, not consuming mixture. Compel mixture is designed for lubricating metal forms while producing form concrete and reinforced concrete products. It's a self-decomposing liquid for a certain period of time. It does not leave oil spots on form concrete blocks and reinforced concrete products. It solves the problem of adhering a plaster to blocks as blocks produced with the uses of lubricating mixture, compel, are easy to be plastered and put in. Expense of lubricating compel is little, 1 liter for 1 cubic meter. So preparation of lubricating mixture. Just can you read this? I'll be back in half a minute. Just to put time. Preparation of lubricating mixture. How to the mixture is prepared immediately before using. 50 gram calcium before using. You have to prepare means don't wait. Just before using, but no time for waiting. 50 gram calcium minus soda Na2CO3. Soda means Na2CO3 are dissolved in 3 liters of water. 50 gram calcium soda Na2CO3 are dissolved in 3 liters of water of 60 to 70 degrees Celsius in a vessel for mixture preparation. Compound is added into prepared mixture while being intensively mixed in ratio 3:2. Again I read 50 gram calcine soda Na2CO3 dissolved in 3 liters of water 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. Temperature is 60 to 70 degrees Celsius in a vessel for mixture. In a vessel for mixture preparation, compound is added into a mixture while being intensively mixed in ratio 3:2. For improving quality of surfaces of foam concrete and reinforced concrete products, it is recommended to add 5 to 50 of the soap pounded and soaked in small amount of water while being carefully mixed. Mixture is considered to be stable if not more than 0.8% of oil exudes for 3 hours. It's assumed creams exuding which are which disappear while being mixed. Lubricating mixture is packed in barrels of 200 liters. Now microsilica. Microsilica, you might heard, this is silica fumes. It's very expensive material but very useful. Microsilica. This is called silica fumes, and its size is like smoke. When you see smoke, somebody smokes, particle size of smoke, and microsilica is even lesser than that, and it's very important material. It's generally called silica fumes. It contains silica. So what it is actually, let's see, I'll explain to you about this. Microsilica has a unique ability to influence positively properties of concrete, improving such properties as firmness, frost resistance, chemical stability, sulfate resistance, wear resistance, and others. This is microsilica. Now, microsilica is highly reactional admixture, causing foaming effect of hardening mixture. It improves mixture much more intensely than other mixtures. Microsilica, oh my God, what's this? Microsilica provides following advantages: resistance to wearing of final product, घिसेगा नहीं, खराब नहीं होगा, decreased expense of cement कम लगेगी, high firmness for pressing, more high early firmness during forming under normal conditions, increased anti-corrosion resistance. This is property of microsilica extensively. Microsilica addition of microsilica decreases water penetrability in 50%. 50% पानी कम जाएगा. It increases sulfate resistance in 100%. No need of sulfate resistant cement. Increased durability बढ़ेगी. Resistance to sulfate and chloride aggression, influence of weak acids and seawater. Now microsilica provides saving up to 40% effects that greatly decreases its prime cost. Besides, all properties of final product are improved. It's mainly used in production of pavement tiles. Expense of microsilica is 4 to 10% from cement mass. Microsilica is beginning tax 20 kilogram. Before going to super prices either, I like to say something about microsilica, which is very important for information, because microsilica is very important material. Not only for this I'm not talking for this foam concrete. I'm talking of structural concrete as well. Concrete means concrete when I use microsilica. Nowadays actually there are 3 materials in addition to OPC. Cement alone cannot be used. OPC, ordinary portland cement, cannot be used alone. If you use alone, you will get cracks everywhere, and it is very fast setting. If you go OPC, time OPC has gone, We have three products now we use. Either we use PFA, that's called pulverized fly ash, or we use, otherwise you can say, GBS, that is called ground granulated blast furnace slag, and then it's microsilica. So we can use these three in different composition or individually. If usually this fly ash PFA separately, it gives benefit, but not what it gives benefit. If you use GGBS, we can replace the cement up to an extent of 70% if you use it. It reduces cracks, it gives setting time better, it's low shrinkage cement, and this you can say has same strength but it's delayed setting. This means you can manage this, there shall be no cold joints, and you can get results far better than using ordinary cement or cement with PFA. And then comes microsilica. We are talking, this is called silica fumes. What actually it does, that's the big purpose for that. Silica fumes, these, because these are fumes, means smoke, and they are cement particle, as you say, cement particle. This smoke goes into every cement particle and coats that, means this smoke surrounds every cement particle. You're getting what? This means when it is mixed with concrete, it keeps cement particles particularly in suspension. Of course, they mix it, they pour this, but when it's delivered, cement particles are surrounded by this smoke, and these keep them hanging. And by chance you want to delay pour, or something is there, or you cannot vibrate, you can hold it for a couple of hours, say up to 7, 8 or 9 hours sometimes, and until you vibrate it, this bonding smoke with cement won't break. अगर इसकी वाइब्रेशन नहीं लगाएंगे, ये टूटेगा नहीं, लटकी रहेगी कंक्रीट. दैट इज व्हाट माइक्रोसिलिका इज. Microsilica is there. This replaces SRC. This prevents ingression of chlorides. This prevents ingression of sulfates into concrete. This increases life of steel. This increases life of concrete. It doesn't allow penetration of water into cover of concrete, and also doesn't reach your steel. And this is what microsilica does. Of course, it cannot be used more than 8 or 9%, but GGBS can be used up to 70% or 80% in some cases, and PFA only up to 25%. If you use OPC, you are damaging your building. OPC is not right material. Look, this case is different from concrete because it's white and you need that. But otherwise, in structural concrete, generally microsilica can be used or GGBS can be used. This is only for information. This is high professional. This increases density of concrete. This increases high grade concrete if you want. High grade concrete for, you may need high grade concrete for many purposes. You can say for pre-stressing job, pre-stressing jobs, or you can say pre-cast jobs, and you need high concrete. I'm not saying high density is using power plants, or in your radioactive plants, nuclear. You need high density and thickness concrete. But here we are talking high strength concrete, and that means microsilica is used for. Just for an explanation, I wanted to give this talk. Though it's not related to this one, but microsilica, because it came into there, we can use microsilica into this also. It doesn't matter. So it gives properties of that. I told you what properties are there. Now we go to superplasticizer. Superplasticizer C3. It is C3. Let us say what is this actually. Superplasticizer is light brown powder which completely and quickly dissolves in ordinary water under normal conditions, but higher water temperature, faster it dissolves. Recommended doses of superplasticizer is 0.4 to 0.8% of cement mass, and that's in calculation for substance. Now, doses depends on both of concrete mixture on content of 3 calcium aluminized in cement and active mineral admixtures dispersed in cement. Superplasticizer is added into mortar mixing machine as water dissolution of operational concrete concentration through a dosimeter of chemical admixture or a dosimeter of mixing water. Before using superplasticizer C3 or whatever in powder state is prepares as water dissolution of operational concentration of this water. The storing period of this is almost unlimited, and guarantee period is 1 yearly. That temperature change is -50 to +50, so it can be used anywhere, no problem without any. This is actually used for making concrete thin so that it can be poured easily. It should not be, you extend time of that, you increase slump of that without slump, when we take distance, how much fall is there in concrete, that's called slump. When this normal concrete slump should be less, or according to when you are super plus, that means this dilutes concrete, but the strength remains same. It means handling of concrete is better. Workability, when we say workability, how to handle concrete, how to place, how to take it to that location, and how to vibrate it and fill in that. That's called handling, or you can workability. So users of suppressive computer power, what are users selling? Use of plasticizer. This is super plasticizer. I call plasticizer, doesn't matter, it's the same thing. To increase the fluidity of concrete mix is 76 to sometimes you are making it liquid tight to flow. To decrease water consumption while mixing estrogen in 18 to 25%, that increase grade firmness of 50 or more percent. To regulate forming terms, varying amount of added mixture S3 if necessary, to increase cohesion of concrete with lead reinforcement and metal products in 1.5 times while simultaneously inhibiting action for metal surface, to produce castled concrete with increased crack resistance, frost resistance, to 300 cycles or more, water resistance more than W60, to save, substitute with cheap fillers as cement to 22%. Now, super plaster provides air involving. Super plaster provides additional air involving into concrete. Being an organic substance, it acts as a decelerator of forming beginning. Besides forming in concrete from very beginning happens more dynamically and quickly. That provides decrease in terms of construction works. Users decrease power consumption during vibration process at so 33%. Means less vibration is there because this is already liquid, and in some cases solid comes from extra power consumption, and is easy to be mixed with other mixtures, hydrophobiciators, accelerators, with ordinary mixtures, air entrance others, without reacting chemically and saving properties. Package is 25 kilogram, and address I'm not interested in. Now, they are giving about them, they miss this period, we have the automatic foam concrete plants, both generation foam, I'm not counting that. So, they are giving about the specialty of their company. So, this you want to see, this is their address, you can go and see, I don't mind. There has been developed also concrete, he started from here, and we have gone through this. So, I think I got you. I submitted my mind to you. I express my mind, what I think about this. I think you get me. You don't get me. I can't say, but it's there. And if you want to see again, I can see. This is a paper. You can go once again. You can browse this. I show you this. It's not a big issue because I think I've taken enough time, and you can view this. The file is there. I'm just moving it slowly so that you may read it during video, or you may. It's up to you. I'm not moving fast. You can see this. This can do what you want. Information. This page was had been lying with me for many couple of years. So I thought today just to add some information. And this English is I've taken only directly from that company. I don't just edit something and explaining to you because it's not my English however. Why to waste time? Something valuable. That's it. So I think you understand. Though I have not used in my home this one, but because there is no one who knows this. Well, in overseas we use this concrete on many places, foam concrete. It is used particularly in roofing and flooring, and also light. Well, precasting panels, etc. That's all decorative work. It can be used there. There's no big issue. So I hope got information on foam concrete, and of course microsilica some information, and also some very little information on concrete structure of the concrete. Well, it's okay when sometimes I have to share small videos. All times I can't make because early morning when I sit, this time is the third attempt I tried this video. First one failed, and second one failed. So I tried this third one. Because the rush, it's Sunday, and maybe people are using it, so there's no space available for long duration. So they, by chance, got it. I got in, and I said, okay, I start this again. Second time failed, and third time by chance. It's still now it's working. Maybe next moment false. I can't say anyway. Today's talk. I wanted one more talk, but now it's too late. It's already around 5:30. So I have this one. I wanted to share with you something else. It's offshore, etc. I want to share with you. I could not share with you that one. So no problem. Time is running. You have to learn. Learning is learning. Nobody can stop someone from learning. It's up to you what interest you take in learning. And if you want to see this, you can see there is this one. You can go and see YouTube. This. By chance I've clicked here. You won't be able to see because YouTube will open and YouTube won't be. They want to connect you with that one. So you can see directly. You can see that this is here. You can copy paste or whatever you want. You can do that. Because I have also written this, maybe you are not able to copy from this during your video. If you go to text of this video, when I close this video, I'm just going to have a minute. You'll find in reading there's a text in that text and this whole noting is copied there. So you can copy this from there. You can watch there itself. It's up to you. So with this, I take your leave. I hope that you must have enjoyed this, and I hope nobody is suggesting to me anything about my submissions. I think people are not interested in such dissemination of knowledge. लोग नहीं चाहते कि इन बातों को आप फैलाएं लोगों में. तो मैं पैसे के लिए नहीं कर रहा. आई एम जस्ट इंटरेस्टेड इन क्वालिटी सुधरे देश की. दैट्स व्हाट आई वांट. और इससे ज़्यादा मेरा कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. वेल, thank you very much for watching. If you watched and didn't watch and watch later on, it's okay, fine. And I